Okay, howdy everybody, welcome. Hi, it's pulling the real VTuber hours tonight, aren't we? Yeah, I literally like woke up 10 minutes ago. You know, I just been wanting to stream all day, but it's been kind of a weird day. It's been kind of one of those like brain foggy days, so I couldn't figure out what I wanted to stream, what I wanted to do, and you know, when in doubt, nap it out, right? I'm the Lord of Dreams for a reason. But yeah, so we're gonna just kind of hang out a little bit. It might be a 2-stream kind of day, but I wanted to at least get in here, wake up a little bit, and just, I don't know, just kind of chat and hang out for a little bit. We're not going to do anything like super wild or anything like that. We're not doing savages or something. We're mostly just going to be here on the moon, just kind of looking and seeing what I need to do to round a lot of this stuff out. And yeah, just kind of have a good time. You know, I hope everyone's having a good, you know, start to your weekend and all of that. So yeah, it's just one of those nights. You know, we all get them every now and then. It happens, and you just kind of gotta roll with it a little bit and have a good time. So that's what we're gonna do. Hey, look at that. So I'm almost done with my next round of mining. So Balmung's actually been pushing quite a bit. We fell a little bit. Apparently we got bugged or something like that. Like we were pushing for world first, and then for whatever reason, like the last round just kind of like stopped. No one could figure out why. You know, it's not like we've slowed down at all or anything like that. But yeah, now we're third or fourth or something like that right now. Like I don't think we're gonna be able to catch up to Cactuar at this point. But we are on phase 5, which is kind of nice. We get some little housing units and a big old rocket platform. And I guess next we're working on the mech bays or something like that. But yeah, it's been okay. I feel like I've gotten some good amount of work done. I got my culinarian all the way up to their cosmic tools. So, you know, it's slowly getting there. I'm not really gonna rush a whole lot of the others, because I don't really use a lot of my leather working and goldsmithing and stuff. I like having them in my Omnicrafter tools just as an option, but it's not like it's like super important. They're just there just to be there, really. Here, let me my Chiron here. There we go. Oh, hey, look at that. If you can even read it, it's okay. It's fine if you can't. But you know, it's been kind of fun. I've been having a good time, you know, getting a lot of this stuff out of the way. It just kind of feels nice to be done with some of it. Health drinks. I don't know if I've got a macro for the health drinks. Let's find out. I do have a macro for the health drinks. That's my 40 durability macro. All right, let's go. But yeah, you know, it's been okay. I mean, once you have all of this stuff macroed out, You know, just use Raphael or something like that. It's really not too bad. Even the Mastercrafts, as I've figured out, you can macro them to a certain point. There's a couple of the missions that I don't think I can get done, but for the most part, like, it's mostly doable. It's just, you know, it's just kind of repetitive more than anything else. You know, makes it easy to do just chatting stream content, I guess. But in terms of enjoyment, you know, I think there's gonna be a lot of different opinions about it for Thea over the next couple of months. But I don't hate it. I mean, I sat through the Firmament and all of that, so it's just kind of, you know, more the same or whatever. But you know, aside from that, it's just been kind of a chill couple of days. You know, I've been thinking about what we want to do, you know, this weekend and then the next week. I really want to play Clair Obscura, you know, Expedition 33. I've been hearing a lot of good things about it. It seems like it's getting a lot of buzz through word of mouth. So we might look into that. It's just very tricky when we have the rest of FF9 that we still need to get through. I was looking a little bit earlier. We've still got like 2 discs to go on FF9. So it's like, do I really want to try doing 2 JRPGs at once? Might be a little tricky, but I've heard so many good things about Expedition 33 that I'm kind of like, I kind of do want to play it. So we'll play that one by ear. Like I said, it'll probably be like a 2-stream kind of night. This one, I just wanted to wake up and say hi. So, you know, we'll probably go for like an hour or something like that. Crazy. Hey, there we go. Now I can go ahead and head back. But yeah, like I said, it's been a weird couple of nights. I don't know. I feel like I've had like a choice paralysis more than anything. Like, I've really wanted to stream, but I haven't been entirely sure what we want to do. You know, if we do FF9, it's one of those things where, you know, I've really got to be awake and kind of in the mindset to be doing a whole lot of reading and that kind of thing. And that was definitely not today. I don't know what the deal was, if I just didn't get enough sleep or something like that. But yeah, yesterday was like, there's no way I can pay attention to this. Then Elden Ring, you know, I always like hopping into Elden Ring. It's another one that's just kind of nice to hang out and just chat for a little bit while I goof around. But I don't know, for some reason, it seems like people have not really enjoyed the Elden Ring stuff. So, you know, that's more for me than anything else, right? So you know what? When in doubt, there's always FF. It's always FF14. The old reliable. I feel like we can never go wrong here. Yeah, you know, we'll take I'll show you what phase 5 looks like. So we've got these habitat modules over here, and they're kind of neat. Get some, you know, G-pose screenshots and stuff inside. They're a lot smaller than I thought they would be when they were like advertised and stuff. Got some people kind of hanging out. So yeah, they're just kind of chill. They're just nice little G-pose areas if you can fit inside. But that's really been about it. You got these, and then we got, you know, the whole reason we're even here on the moon is to build a giant starport, right? So over on the other side over there, you can kind of see it popping up. You got our actual rocket platform. So I'm sure that's going to be important later on, you know, for some of the later missions that eventually take us to whatever our next planet is going to be as we approach 7.3. But yeah, not really a whole lot. I just really don't know what happened, why it took so long for us to actually get boosted up to it. It was kind of disappointing. We were doing so well, and then it just kind of ground to a halt for no reason whatsoever. And I feel like it's not like we haven't been working. We've been going non-stop here on Balmung, but yeah, for whatever reason, it just did not want to do anything with us. Let's see. Ooh, so this one's the reduced items. The mining stuff, mining is kind of tricky because everything is so far away. Like the botany is down in the southeast corner, and the mining is all in the northwest, and they're all like out there, so you got to do a little bit of running. Yeah, the main meta, I guess if you want to call it that, is to do a little bit of your gathering stuff and then switch over to crafting while you're waiting for your GP to come back, and it seems to be working out pretty well. I feel like I'm getting a lot of work done that way, but it's definitely a lot slower to do your gatherers than it is your crafters. Crafters you can kind of do anywhere. Some of the later crafting does have time limits. Some of the A-level stuff when you start getting to like expert recipes and things, but it's not too bad. Once you get the macros figured out, it's pretty doable. As long as you've got decent gear. If you're geared up with basically top of everything. I'm not fully melded, but I'm moderately melded, so you know you don't have to have absolute 5 melds on everything to get it done, but it does make it a lot easier, right? But yeah, the other day I was just kind of sitting around at work. It's like, man, what are we gonna do? And yeah, I don't really talk too much about the behind the scenes of the stream unless people ask about it. I like talking about that kind of stuff. I just don't know how interesting it is for viewers, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's all about making sure you guys are having a good time. But yeah, I've just got a few things that we've got to get figured out in terms of what we want to do for the future of the stream and that kind of thing. And yeah, it's been a little interesting. I've just been kind of like racking my brain and trying to figure some things out. I've talked a lot about how frustrating it is sometimes with YouTube, just because it's very, very opaque. It's very hard to really glean any information in terms of like what people like, what people don't like, what's going on with your channel. And yeah, it's just it's trying to figure some things out with what we're gonna do in the future, right? Yeah, we can go ahead and just do a solid reason here. Let's see, because we hit our big goal at the end of last year, and that's kind of been the last big thing that we did, right? Was hitting that 1500. And now I'm trying to figure out like how are we going to go beyond that, because it seems like we've kind of hit a wall, and I'm trying to figure out what we can do to kind of spice some things up on the stream and make sure that we're having content that's a lot of fun and making sure people are having a good time. But yeah, it's just fighting the old analytics and that kind of thing, right? And I've said multiple times, and it's still very true, that I'm doing this because I like it, because I like having fun, and I feel like I've played a lot more games and done a lot more things since becoming a VTuber than I would have done really otherwise, and having a nice little community that we've built. But it's not like we're immune to negative feedback, I guess you could say, right? So yeah, when you lose a few subs in a row, like I try not to pay too much attention to it, but it is a problem to try and figure out like what's going on. How can we figure out how to improve on this, right? It's like a puzzle, and I'm not immune to that kind of thing either. So yeah, it's been a weird week. It's been a very, very weird week, to say the least. A lot of things that we need to get figured out. But we'll get it done. And in the meantime, while I'm doing that kind of stuff in the background, don't worry, we'll continue doing our normal thing here for those of you guys that are just kind of fine, just hanging out and having a good time watching me goof around in some video games, right? All right, collectability. What do we got? Okay, so this is a 60. Got a couple 60D ones. Okay, let's try this one first. Try this one first. I've got two, depending on where they land in terms of the quality progress bar, right? One of them is like more progress, and one of them is more quality. I can't remember which one's which, right? But yeah, like I said, it's just been kind of weird. So yeah, after the last couple of Elden Ring streams, like for whatever reason, it's like, wow, people really Elden Ring. Didn't realize people really didn't want to watch me play that. I'm like, of all the games, but sure enough, it is what it is. And okay, yeah, I've got more enough. Okay, I keep forgetting that this one's actually a two-parter, and I just didn't make the second part of the macro because it was only 2 groundworks. I can do that by hand. That's fine. I don't know. Maybe it's because I've stopped playing Elite Dangerous, but I might start picking that up again too. They've got a patch coming on Wednesday or something like that that fixes a few problems. I doubt I'll still be doing a whole lot of the Trailblazer stuff and colonization, but it does look like they fixed quite a few of the power play things, so Ashling might have a chance again, and a few things with like how economies are built. So it's a very positive update. You know, I'll take a look and hop in there. I did buy the Corsair, so, you know, I've got that to play around with. But, yeah, everything was broken for so long that I just kind of put off Elite for a little bit. But we might get back into it. So, who knows? Maybe those were my Elite fans left. I have no idea. That happens. That's a weird thing. You know, you see us streamers and we're just kind of like goofing off in games, but like some people just really, if you don't play one game all the time, then like yeet, bye. There's really no rhyme or reason to it. So, you know, sometimes there's just really nothing you can do. But aside from that, I mean, it's been a pretty good week just outside of that. And the other day I was like looking at work and, you know, we've been talking a lot on the stream about how we're going to be prepping for the Final Fantasy Magic set. And obviously that's like our big goal right now for super chats, super thanks, all that stuff is to try and help me recoup some of what I've spent on the Final Fantasy pre-orders. You know, to kind of get ready for that, I've been doing a lot of I've been playing or buying a lot of like Tarkir and Aether Drift. I like Aether Drift more than Tarkir personally, but you know, we've had these collector booster packs at work. I get a nice discount on them, and like we haven't been moving them at all. Like that's the thing. If people were buying them, I probably wouldn't be like going so hard into it. But like they like everywhere else is sold out, but no one's buying them at our store. So I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna go ahead and like buy my own, right? And just get a couple. And yeah, I've had a lot of fun doing that, and ended up getting some pretty decent stuff. Here, let me see if I can find it in here. Like the other day I bought like 2 collector packs or something like that. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this to work. I don't know if it will. Hey, there we go. Yeah, and I pulled this thing, the Clarion Conqueror. Like, you guys know me. I've been very big for a very long time about saying, like, you know, I'm not really all that much into like high fantasy stuff these days. But I gotta admit, this dragon is rad. This is a really rad dragon, and apparently it's very good. It's like one of the bigger cards in the set, apparently, from the collector set. So yeah, it's got the hollow foil and all of that stuff on it. So that was a lucky pull. I was very happy with that. You know, I might hold on to it. I might sell it and try and put it towards the Final Fantasy stuff, but we'll see. I haven't really decided yet, but yeah, I was really happy with this. Like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about actually playing Magic these days. I just kind of collecting the artwork and stuff, but I pulled this and I was like, man, this dragon is cool. This is the kind of stuff that I wanted to collect, right? So yeah, that was kind of my good luck for the week, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting back into it. I'm getting Magic pilled again. It's been a long time since I have played. You know, that was my big thing in like school way back in the day, right? Ooh, I don't know if I've got enough to craft this. We'll see. Got like 50 different macros depending on where we're at. Maybe we'll be okay. We'll find out. But you know, over the years I used to have so many cards. I used to play, like, we were really big into it, like right around that Apocalypse block at the end of the Weatherlight Saga. They had like a lot of really nice legendary cards and that kind of thing when they were kind of still like a new thing. And you know, over the years, every time I've had to collect some, I've had to end up selling them, you know, for various reasons. Either I was moving and needed the cash or something like that. Like I'd probably have a fair amount of a fair amount of money's worth of magic if I had kept them over the years. But you know, things happen, life happens. You know, you got to change up your priorities every now and then. So you know, it is what it is. But it is kind of nice to kind of get back into it and to also kind of be in, thankfully, a situation where I don't feel like I'm going to have to sell everything right off the bat. Only I had kept the Pokemon cards. That I do have a little bit of regret about. That would have... Then I wouldn't need to worry too much if I'd kept all of those. First generation Charizard and all of that. But, you know... They were for playing back then. It happens. Life comes at you, man. Alright, so we're getting this done. Not like full collectability, but enough to be respectable. It's okay. Alright. Do a couple manuals here. A problem with this is that I have to wait. I have to wait for the macro to end, otherwise it's going to mess up everything, right? But yeah, you know, since I've been buying some just like odd packs here and there, usually at my store discount, right? You know, it's gotten me really excited for the Final Fantasy set, and I am very happy to see how it's been going. I know there are a lot of people that are really upset about the Universes Beyond thing, and I've seen a lot of molding over the press release the other night that said the Final Fantasy set is the best-selling Magic set of all time, and we were like, ew, UB. Right now, I can understand the pricing reasons. Like they are like really jacking up the prices, which is not great, and I think they should be called out for that. But there's a lot of people that are just mad about Universes Beyond just as a concept. And I'm like, sorry that Magic has been like stale for so long. It only really appeals to a certain type of grognard nerd for so many years that they needed to find a way to get some new blood in there, right? Because that's really what it's all about, right? Like, I wouldn't be getting back into Magic if it wasn't for the Final Fantasy set, but you know, here I am again, back into it. So I think they're great. I might even buy some of the Avatar packs when they come out. Spider-Man, I'm not as big into Marvel as I am Avatar and Final Fantasy, but yeah. But yeah, there's like a whole set of people that are really mad about the like traditional Magic lore or something like that. I'm like, what lore, right? Like this. Like another billionth set of just like some generic elves. Like, really? Come on. Like, that's why I got out of it in the first place. Like, the art got stale. The concepts got stale. I can't do the high fantasy stuff anymore. Like, I can only do so much of just, oh, that sure is an elf, right? You open a new pack. Like, all right, here's another generic tree. Oh, buddy. Woo, so exciting, right? Yeah, the Final Fantasy set, like, I'm all for the Universes Beyond thing. Like, at this point, I think a lot of cards really are kind of more in like the realm of collectibles and that kind of thing. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I can get anything good from it. I'm really hoping so, just as a big fan, and they'll go in their hard case sleeves, and I don't know, maybe I'll make some display pieces out of them or something like that. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, when it does come out in June, I've got plenty of stuff we're going to be opening here on the stream, and it should be a lot of fun. Let's see, decorative lunar plants. What do we got? I guess that's going to be our highest. Yeah. Let's try it. All right, so this is one of the weird ones. Yeah. With the 25, with the bread macro. Good old bread. Never failed. See if this goes. The bread might be a little Too heavily based. No, it should be fine. It should be fine. Little bit lower chance for the quality, but that's okay. We should be able to get enough HQs to get it done. Alright, how many am I gonna need? Two apiece, got it. And it looks like a pretty standard, so I should be able to use my normal 80 macro on it. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I feel like people are getting through this cosmic exploration stuff a lot faster than I think we did in the firmament. Like, it's very monotonous, it's very repetitive, but it does go pretty fast once you get into a rhythm of it. So, yeah, it feels like people are starting to get like their third, fourth cosmic weapons fairly quickly. And we're kind of moving through these phases at a decent clip, so you know, that's good, I guess. It's not the most exciting thing, but it's going to be a cool area once it's built and run around, get some screenshots and stuff. All right, let's give this a shot. I don't know how this is going to go, but we're going to try. Oh. Yeah, outside of just collecting magic and stuff, it's just been a lot of Blender and that kind of thing. You know, I'm slowly getting into where I need to be. I think I can probably start on making my new intro screen here pretty soon. I don't know, maybe we'll do a stream one day of me working on that. The problem is, like I said, Blender's kind of chonky with the kind of things that I'm doing. We'll just have to play around. Like, the idea that I have in mind shouldn't be all that difficult. It's just a lot of stuff more than anything. Oh, did we hit our gold star? Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so we're moving along. We're moving at an okay clip. Collectibles, stellar nutrients, okay. This is another 71. Yeah, we should be able to do it. So yeah, it's gonna be like building our little dream shop in Blender. Like, I gotta make all the roof tiles and stuff and paint everything. Yeah, it's the painting that I'm kind of worried about more than anything. I'm gonna get all of that figured out. But I've already got like the concept and everything down. I gotta, you know, clean up a few things and figure out like some specifics about where some things are gonna go and that kind of thing. But that's kind of what I'm aiming for. So it should be kind of nice. So hopefully we'll have something kind of neat to look at instead of my old pixelated one. I liked my pixel intro. I worked really hard on that. That was all made by hand by me. And I'm not like a big artist or anything, but it was kind of neat. Cool. All right, wait for this macro to get through. But yeah, I figure if I'm sitting here at the computer for so long, I might as well like hang out with you guys and have some nice chats, right? Because I guess, you know, really any stream is a just chatting stream if you're doing it right, right? Like that's all that we really do as VTubers is yap, really, regardless of what we're doing. So yeah, I might as well like hop in here and kind of show you guys a little bit of like my thought processes and that kind of thing in terms of like how I work and do. I even thought of doing like the polka thing and just like putting up like one of those 24/7 webcam streams while I get some work done and just kind of like quietly look at chat as you guys are doing your thing, right? Oh, because yeah, you know, it'd be something a little bit different. I feel like we've been doing just like straight games for a long time, which is nice, but as a variety streamer and just in general, I think, you know, different kinds of content, different kinds of streams appeal to different kinds of people. everyone wants something a little different out of it. So, you know, some people are probably here because they want to watch the gameplay, and that's cool. And some people are here just, you know, to put it on in the background. I don't know why. People are like, you have a good voice. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. that's cool, I guess. So, you know, if I'm helping you, you know, pass the workday or whatever on the VODs, that's cool too. I don't mind. Wonder what's going on with the clubs. Maybe we can go hit up some of the clubs while we're out, right? But yeah, I've just been trying to come up with some new ideas, not just for viewers, but just for myself, right? Just try and come up with some things to just kind of keep me interested in streaming and keep the and keep the channel fresh in terms of like a nice variety, a nice mixture of things to do, right? Don't be waiting for these macros to end. Come on. Here we go. That is the downside. Like, I generally don't complain about not getting a whole lot of hours at work. You know, the paychecks suck. I'm always looking for support. Like and subscribe, please. Help me out. But you know, that is one of the downsides with it, is trying to figure out things to do. You get bored very, very quickly. Even streaming, it's like, man, I feel like I've been doing a lot of the same stuff. So it's yeah, it's as much to try and help me get through my days as much as anything, right? So so yeah, I'll look forward to a few things like that in the future. Just, I don't know, kind of one-off things that we can kind of play around with, kind of pass the time together. And I appreciate it if you come by to stop stop by to just kind of hang out for a little bit. Hopefully you're getting something in return. Hopefully you're getting something to help you get through your day a little bit. Okay, so what do we need? So we need some level 3s. Like, all of this is still kind of the same. Okay, so we got to go up there. And the whole sprint turning off every time you change jobs is really annoying. You got the infinite sprint. I always forget to turn it back on. I'm like, man, why am I going so slow? All right, so this is the chain and gatherer's boon. This one's easy. This was not too bad. I think it starts out over here. Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, we've got more than enough GP to get through this, right? Here we go. I always do 2 just in case you get wise to the world. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Look at us. Yeah, these rocks don't know what hit them. Ah, didn't get it a second time. That's okay. Just means I need to do like 1 extra hit. Nice. Here we go. It goes really, like, this one goes really fast. They also have the other one that's like just chains. That one's a little bit slower, but since this can double proc, like you get a proc for hitting Gatherer's Boon and then you get an extra proc for the chain, it's like it doubles up and it goes really fast if you got a high enough perception to get like a decent chance at it. I like this one a lot. Here we go. Ah. There we go, and done. Look at that. Look at how fast that went. And now we switch back to Alchemist and get back to crafting while we wait for this. I'm kind of scared of fishing. I've heard the fishing ones are really, really tough. Like, are really kind of finicky. What do we got here? Lunar flooring. Okay, so I'm already full on 1, so that's a little rough. I think any of these give rank 3. All right, so I guess we're doing lunar flooring. What do we got? 45. Do I have a 45 macro? I think I do. Somewhere. I do. Look at that. It's got the little fishy. Let's see if this still works. Most of the macros should be able to save throughout your Omnicrafters. You might have to change some of them up a little bit. Kind of depends on your gear. Like my high-end ones, they've all got the soul of the crafter. I don't know how much that's going to affect things. I'm sure a couple of my other crafters don't have like a good offhand. That's gonna kind of bite me a little bit. Go and pay a little bit of money for that. Get those up to speed. There we go. Yeah, so I do have enough. Enrichment concrete. Okay. Well, you know, moon needs concrete, I guess. But yeah, like I said, if we do stream again later today, I'm going to try getting in some FF9. I was looking at some of the stuff, some of the side quests and stuff, and I was like, man, we really have not even... We've not even really touched a whole lot. I thought we were a lot further along than we are. No, there's like a ton of side quests. I haven't even touched like the Chocobo thing. That's going to be a whole process, right? I'll probably have to do some of that off screen, getting my Chocobos leveled up. Try and unlock some of those and get some of the ultimate weapon things. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be doing Ozma or anything like that. Ozma seems like kind of broken. I don't know if we're going to be anywhere near the level to do it. I've been giving those ores away. I found out what I found out why we need to hand like all the friendly animals that ore, and it seems like something you kind of want to do. But yeah, Ozma, all the ultimate weapon things. I don't know how much of those we're gonna get done. But I'd like to get prepped and ready for the final bosses, right? We've got an entire disc to go through. But we are almost at the end of disc 2, apparently. I'm really surprised I'm saying that. Only disc 2. Wow. I mean, to be fair, we did take a pretty significant break while we were working on the Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? Ah. Yeah, this is the 71. It's a really annoying one. Ugh. But yeah, I don't know about Expedition 33. It's a matter of trying to find the time to get into it. It's very difficult to be trying to run 2 JRPGs at once, as we figured out, because then one of them ends up getting waylaid again. And at this point, it is going to be the Final Fantasy one. I've heard Expedition 33 is kind of short, though, which is honestly not the worst thing in the world. After playing so many like 100-hour JRPGs and stuff, maybe a nice short one might not be the worst thing in the world. Ah. All right, and then we wait. And then we wait. Come on. Maybe. All right. Yeah, I mean, if there's anything in particular you want to see, like, all you got to do is just, like, let me know. You can always hit me up on the Blue Skies, be like, hey, play this. I don't mind that kind of thing. I like feedback. I like knowing what people are into. I mean, we're pretty chill here, regardless of what we end up doing, right? So yeah, we'll figure something out and have some fun with it. Worst comes to worst, I start playing New Vegas. I've never even booted up the game. I've had it for years. I've had some people suggesting it before. I just recently rewatched all of the Fallout series too. So I mean, if we need to, that's an option too. Nice, very nice. Yep, come on. Come on. Maybe. Maybe not. Alright. Here we go. Here we go again. Maybe I need to redo some of these. Maybe I should make one. Like, this is a macro that I made specifically for, like, stuff that is already in-game stuff. Right? This is like one of my actual normal macros for Mastercraft stuff. But I've just been kind of using it, figuring like, okay, if it's good for the master recipes, it'll be good for like a rank B cosmic exploration mission, right? But the 70 Mastercraft stuff is quite a bit longer. So a bit overkill for some of the small stuff. That's okay. It gets the job done. It's just vaguely annoying, right? Nice. Very nice. Oh, this is what I get for starting a stream right after I wake up. I don't know what the deal is. It's been a rough week for sleep. I feel like I've been getting enough. It's just been very uneven, right? Like some days I'll sleep like my normal amount, and some days I'll sleep a decent amount and then wake up feeling okay. Then like 2 hours later, I'm super tired again and just like need to go take a nap again. I don't know what I feel like I've been getting some sun. I've been doing the decent real life thing, trying to get out and touch grass. But yeah, for whatever reason, I've been super sleepy after about a couple of hours of being awake. Like when I get sleepy, it's not like, oh, okay, I'm kind of tired. It's more like like I literally cannot stay awake at this point kind of deal. So yeah, I don't know what's been up with it. So that's part of the reason the streams have kind of come at whatever hour. I mean, you guys know me. I don't really do schedules or anything like that to begin with, so I don't feel like it's affected the stream all that much. We've been getting in here and having a good time, but in terms of just like real life things, in terms of like fitting around my work schedule, a little bit different, little bit trickier. All right, so this is Gatherer's Moon again. Yeah, the easy one. I like this one. All right, here we go again. We wait another 5 hours for the GP to come back. It is really... I don't know why they did it this way, but it is really kind of dumb that it doesn't automatically replenish your GP after completing a set. But, you know, I understand why they do that out in the just like normal world. But I don't know why they have it like this for cosmic exploration. Because it does make things very uneven between the gatherers and the actual crafters. It's kind of weird that crafting feels like it's going so much faster. All right, turn on my run. There we go. Just do my loop. Crave the loops. There. I feel like this music is just kind of... I feel like it just kind of burned into the back of my brain now. I haven't really paid that much attention to it. It's very boisterous, but somehow it's really not been that bad. But it's still just kind of ever present. It's still just kind of there, right? Just kind of feeling it. There we go. I figured let's switch it up and do a mech op. I haven't done mech ops in a bit. How are we doing? Yeah, so we're 2 bars in. Yeah, we're not catching Cactuar at this point. I don't think it's gonna happen. We were doing so well too. I don't know what happened with the slowdown. It's kind of disappointing. Like it's just the server we play on. It feels like kind of a weird thing to have pride about, but I like being on Balmont. I like being here and being around a big crowd. And yes, even the our peers and that kind of thing, right? It's a fun server. It's an active server. We've got a lot of good people here. And you know, sometimes it feels like a lot of people are like, the RPers, they don't really play the game, right? But I mean, a lot of us do. A lot of us are actually like really into the game and pretty good at hardcore raiding if given the chance, and doing a lot of actual stuff. I think a lot of that carried over from WoW. Back in my WoW RP days, right? Over on Warm Rest Accord, like, it was very weird. Like, there was a huge portion of our peers that were actively against actually playing the game. I don't know why. I think that's one of the reasons I don't play WoW as much anymore. You know, I'm not opposed to it these days, but I just can't do it. I can't do the community over there. I remember once on the forums I got in a fight. Wow, fight on the WoW forums. I've gotten in a lot of trouble over the WoW forums over the years. But probably the dumbest one, probably the stupidest one, was getting in a fight over sports. And like, I was talking about like, hey, like, actually liking sports is not a bad thing. Like, how dare you give yourself something that you can basically talk about anyone. You can talk about it with practically any stranger if you're into it, right? Like, you always have an entry level conversation with people, you know, and you have to have that sometimes. Like, I work retail. If I didn't have like a whole like bucket list of things I could talk about with people, I would not be able to get through my days. Because if you're checking people out at a retail store, you're just going to get into the weirdest conversations. It is completely unavoidable. So yeah, sports is always one of those things that's like really, really easy to get into, and you've always got an opening. And yeah, people really did not take that well in the old WoW forums, right? Like, people were like hostile to the concept of sports, and like, what is going on with you guys? Like, wow, like, that's like, touch grass, man, please, I'm begging you. It wouldn't be so bad, but a lot of these same people were like complaining about how much they had trouble with like talking with strangers and that kind of thing. Is like, because you're not doing anything to like help your cause, man. Like, it's a skill you gotta learn like anything else, right? It's kind of like VTubing, right? Like, some people are just not good about getting in and yapping for, you know, a couple of hours straight, and that's fine, right? And I've said it before, like, it's a skill that you kind of gotta learn. For some people, it does come very easy. I've been doing public speaking most of my life. It's just not something that I'm scared of. But if it is something you struggle with, like, yeah, you gotta like put in the practice and put in the time, get in there and try and learn how to do it, right? And even if you're a pro, sometimes it can take a while. I mean, just this stream alone, sometimes it's just like trying to just pull things out of your ass to talk about. It just happens, right? So yeah, there's always things you gotta figure out, in skill sets you gotta work on, right? Yeah, sometimes I just think about that and I'm like, wow, this is really a good example why I dislike a lot of the WoW community and why I got into it. I feel like people on Balmung are a lot more chill, which is very weird because there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of people that came here from WoW during the big exodus. So there's like a lot of people that I'm probably playing with that are the same people that I left WoW over, right? I don't know if it's just the vibes are different, the game is different, if it just kind of lends itself to being a lot more open about a lot of things like that. I don't know. But anyway, the moral of the story is, yes, I'm a normie who likes sports. Sometimes to the detriment of my own health this season. You know, we got the Blues. They're having a good time. I don't think we're gonna get that far in the playoffs, but you know, at least we're in them. I can't say the same about my baseball and my soccer right now. We're going through it. But you know what? What would be What would be living in the central US without having a good excuse to without having a good excuse to mold every season, right? It's just our way of life. If you say if you complain about it, then you're complaining about our culture. It's really what it comes down to. Please, we were made for this. Yeah, I'm turning these in before I hit 20 because this one does go pretty fast. There's been a few lately where we really haven't had too many mechs. Like, people just haven't been signing up. Either they got all the things that they want and they're just kind of done. But, yeah, if you do have a fair amount, like, yeah, you might not be able to, get the bonus for turn-in. There we go. Man, did we really only have, like, what, 2 or 3? Okay. Little bit slower this time around. I mean, to be fair, it is middle of the night on the weekend, so I'm not expecting it to be quite as busy. But it's still Balmung. I mean, we've got like a few hundred people doing this right now. Just looking at the instances that we had. I mean, can I go talk to where's Driving Way? Let's go see what we're looking like. If it's a really slow night, we might end up getting, I think he's over here. If it's a really slow night, we'll have a couple of instances where we have maybe only like 30 to 40 people in there. No. Travel to instance area. Okay, so I mean, we've got a good amount of people. Obviously, number 1 is where it's at. Switch it up to 3 because they've got more people. I like being around people. I like seeing it busy. There we go. All right, so where am I going? Where's our next one? I still need a lot more of 2. I'm having some trouble finding anything that gives me 2. Yeah. I mean, I can always go back down to the A ranks, and that's fine. Man, even the A ranks are all 1. Fine. We'll do this one. It gets me a chunk of everything, and that should be fine. It'll help us out. Like, I'm done with rank 1, but you can fill it up a little bit. You get a little bit of overflow and put that towards your next rank, so it's not the worst thing to do. Nice. Back over here. Yeah, I like being in the busy instances. I like being around people and seeing everyone's glam, seeing what everyone's up to, what people are working on. And shout chat. Yeah, it's not as bad as it is at the quicksand. Shout chat in Ulda, like, feel free to just switch over to another tab. But here it hasn't been too bad. People are just kind of like chatting and having a good time while we're vegging out. So yeah, I like it, and it's kind of the same in real life too. I like being around people and seeing. So what's the deal with these corrupted crystals? Like, I can click on them. I think they're like part of the they're part of the fate, but it still has them as like items for some reason. Very weird. I don't know what the deal is. Yeah, like in real life, sometimes I like just going out and just like walking around like a busy mall or going out shopping and that kind of thing. It's like not like I know anyone or talk with a lot of people, but I like the ambiance. I don't get it as much these days living where I'm at. But yeah, out in LA, I would just like go down and like go sit at the space shuttle for a little bit, or just like go walk around the park and just be around people. Find a random drum circle in Griffith Park on the weekends. Those are always fun. I miss a good drum circle. What do we got? So this is gather collectibles. Okay. So I only have to gather the collectibles. I don't have to reduce them, so that's kind of nice. Here we go. Get that up. Nice. Okay. Hey, there we go. So this one I actually do have to use usually a cordial for. Just not enough. There we go. It's like just under what I need it to be. Okay. Thankfully, I'm already at like so. Like if I silver this one, it's not the worst thing in the world. Hey, look at that. Look at that. On scrutiny again. Why not? Should put me over. Yeah. Oh wow, that was a lot more than I thought. I thought I would need 2 hits out of it. That's fine. That's cool. Man, gathering just goes so slow. It just goes so slow. And we get back over here. How we looking? So 2 and 3 again. Thankfully here we're not. Okay, that's fair. Complete Class B missions. So the other trick is, if you don't know, you can pick up missions and then just abandon them and be okay. 80 high prog. Wait, no. No, this is the opposite of what I needed. Whoops, my bad. Yeah, that was the wrong one. That was the wrong one. That's okay. We'll see if one of these does it. Yeah, it's exactly the opposite of what I wanted to do. Come on. Come on. You got this. There we go. So let's try this macro. We're just gonna try a couple of them and see what works and what doesn't. If I fail it, that's fine. That's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, you can pick them up and abandon them, and it'll refresh your mission list. That's another kind of a decent way to get around a few things if you're struggling a little bit. Like, this will get done, so I'll at least be able to get like bronze tier, right? Maybe. We'll let this run. There we go. There we go. All right, let's try our big macro, or not. Okay. All right, so that's what I'll have to look at Raphael for. That's what I'll have to redo the macro for. That's all right. Now we know. It at least refresh. You see, there we go. There we go. Now it refreshed everything, so I got some decent ones. Kind of a weird one though. That was only a Class B mission. That unlocked all of my A's. Let this macro run. Come on. Come on. This would... Oh, this is what we get for doing overnight streams after we just woke up. It is no thoughts, head empty. Just, you know, we're just vibing. We're just hanging out, man. No one knows what's going on. Does it matter? No, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. No one's gonna know. Ooh, get to use the old bread macro again. Nice. Good old bread saved us a lot. Gotten a lot of use out of this on the streams. I don't know. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My right click is not working. It's not working on my actual on my tab. I needed to check something real quick. There we go. That's what you don't see. You don't see like the 50 tabs that I've got open right now. All right. And for you guys hopping in, like, you know, sorry I do have it on sub only. I only do that for FF14 streams because for whatever reason you just get the weirdest bots. I don't know why. It's only this game. Like bots trying to promote other streamers. I don't know what the deal is. So yeah, I do keep it on subs only for FF14 streams, even though I've done what I can to try and like reduce it with keywords and that kind of thing, but it doesn't always help. But, you know, if you want to like and subscribe, that's fine. That's cool too if you just want to like hang out and just watch. You don't have to be like an active chatter to have a good time here. I always assume everyone just kind of like putting a, you know, just hanging out in the background. He's kind of listening at work or something like that. So, you know, that's cool. All right, here we go again. See if this will do it. We should be able to get it done. Habitat grass. There we go. Nice clump of grass. Just looking at it. This might be a little tricky. Got the it's got the high progress. Maybe that is what I needed to do, is the ADD high prog. We'll give it a shot. I'll have two chances at this, so here we go. Maybe that's why I made this macro. Come to think of it. Trying to think of like all of my old crafts. Yeah, that I definitely needed it for this one. Yeah, now I understand. This is the here we go. Yeah, this is the alchemist equivalent of why I made this macro. It's all coming back to me now. Because yeah, when you get too high quality of these, like man, that really gets you up there. It really starts you off strong at like 80%. Be very surprised if I can get this done in one macro though. All we can do is try it. Like sometimes that's what you got to do. You gotta experiment a little bit. Like you don't lose anything if you fail. Not like you get punished for it or anything like that. So like yeah, get in here and make mistakes. If you're one of the sickos that does everything manually, then like, you know, this will be a good opportunity to try and learn a little bit about how crafting works. Technically, I probably could do a lot of this manually. A lot of these macros, you kind of see the patterns in time and like how it sets things up. So it's like you can figure it out pretty easily. I usually start with reflect, and then do manipulation, and then innovation or veneration, depending on what you're wanting to do. Waste not 2 comes after that, and then you start, you know, prep touch or groundwork. Kind of depends on where the lay of the land is on your items, right? Yeah, so let's give this a shot. We'll see if this works. Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely why that macro was made now that I'm looking at it. Now it's doing the Immaculate Min, Veneration, Waste Not, and you just hammer the groundwork the entire time. Come on. Oh, we can do this. We got this, man. I want to believe. Yeah, not quite there. Not quite there. I don't know if we'll be able to do it. We're going to try. I've got one more veneration. Hey, look at that. Look at that. Just barely. Nice. All right. Well, you know, I just wanted to hop in and say hi. I think that'll be it for this stream. But, you know, let me get some breakfast. Let me kind of figure out where things are kind of laying right now. And then we'll probably be back at some point in the morning. Well, morning my time, with some more FF9. But once I'm prepped and ready for that, once I've got some food in me, I can't do a full FF9 stream without some food. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to hang out. I felt bad about not streaming the past couple of days. just because, like I said, it's just been a brain fog kind of evening. So yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna do in the morning. So give me a little bit. The next one I'll actually put up a full like game on YouTube. Give you guys a nice heads up for it. But, you know, thanks for coming and hanging out with me. While I've just been trying to get situated right and get the weekend started off right. But you know, I hope you guys are having fun. Hope you have a good weekend if you don't catch the next stream. And yeah, just be safe out there. Have a good time. Enjoy life. All right. Take care, everybody. See you next time. Bye bye.